Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are doing another better Minecraft mod pack review. We are doing better Minecraft Skyblock. This is a newer mod pack that only has around 70k downloads, which is obviously for their standards is pretty low. But here we have a new mod pack that is really fun. Make sure to subscribe if you like this mod pack and check this out in the description below. As you can see here, you're given two signs here. Welcome to Better MC Skyblock. Press L to create your island or team. You create your team, you just pick whatever template of Skyblock you'd want, and then create it. And they create a brand new Skyblock for you. So that starting area is actually not the area that you're going to be playing in, but this is the area where they generated some islands for you and you're going to go off on your adventure. So you start out with a barrel which has the necessary stuff for a cobblestone generator. You may notice that it's also 2 ice blocks, so you can get yourself an infinite water source through those 2. And there's also a trade system here. So you have a bunch of trade recipes here. And just for reference, this is a daily shop. So this will refresh over time. So it won't be the exact same trades. You can actually get different trades over time. I actually saw something interesting here. Yes. So Ferris Rodnot is actually a boss. So you can actually get like very peculiar eggs from these different things. Alex Mobs mod is also in this. So you can get Alex Mobs mobs and a bunch of other things. So take a look at these structures here. Well, as you can see, there are some peculiar structures here and there. So basically, you actually just have just a bunch of floating islands that generate off the distance. And we're actually going to break open this right here. So as you can see here, this is just a mini little temple here. And the TNT's on the bottom. Though I don't see any chests. I don't think that they're supposed to come without chests. I don't know if that's like a glitch, but yeah, that one just didn't have any chests inside of it. It's just the TNT. Each island just comes with a set of blocks or structures, such as this is obviously the igloo, which has a little mini setup here for you. And of course, you have villagers here within these little houses, and they also have like the little fresh animations movement, so that's cool. They don't have any chests in here though. And you also can find like little like ruined portal areas here. And this one, I don't know if they come with chests, but I don't see a chest for this one. So yeah, I don't know how the chest system works, but I'm realizing that a lot of these structures that should have chests don't actually have chests to begin with. Here's a little mine shaft here. So yeah, this is like a little gold area that you can get like gold. What chest is next desert temple here? Yeah, there is no chest that I'm seeing within some of these structures here, which is kind of disappointing. And I've been looking through a lot of the things for the structures here and there, and I just couldn't find anything else aside from the typical biome structures, like this little like, I think this is a oasis island, and the pyramids and all that stuff. So I don't know if they're gonna add more. I feel like they should add more because while I'm flying through here, it gets a little repetitive and there isn't really too much that you can get from these islands aside from the ores that you can mine. All right, so now we're gonna go into like some of the mobs, and I have to go through the menu to find some of these mobs because I can't really find the structures. So like I said before, there's Alex Mobs mod, which of course has a lot of the different creatures, like as you can see in the top corner here, like all these different cool like animals and creatures that are really immersive for your entire Minecraft world. And it also comes with a boss known as the Void Worm. There's also Cataclysm. Cataclysm comes with like 5 to 7 bosses. I lost counts because they actually did like get some more bosses from when I last played it, but it does come with more bosses. And so you might get some of these bosses within the daily shop along with the Rodnot, which is from the Mousy Mobs mod. So Mousy's Mobs mod comes with more bosses as well, along with more creatures. And majority of them are a lot easier to deal with than Cataclysm, in my opinion. But overall, really cool bosses here. There's also the friends and foes. So you have a bunch of the different like mobs that weren't invited, such as these guys, of course. There's also more villagers. So as you can see here, this is another villager here. It is a mining villager. So you can get these little like benches, iron pickaxe, raw iron stone for that one. And there's much more like benches that you can get for some villagers that might be useful for you, especially in the time where you might need some blocks that you can't get too easy access of. Now, of course, I have to cover one of the key aspects of this entire thing, and that's the Aether. The Aether is a dimension that is very similar to the concept of Skyblock, as it is a bunch of floating islands and the sky, and it is a very beautiful place. In the Aether, you can face bosses such as this guy right here, and you can face other dangers as well. So it is a really cool dimension mod and easily one of my favorite dimension mods of all time. Welcome to the Nether. There's like nothing here. So this is the Nether. How'd you like the experience? The Nether is yeah, it exists. There isn't a lot here exactly. So welcome to the end. The end is basically the exact same, except for it makes some of the different things within the end a lot better. The fight has a new arena from the Young's Better End Island, and I missed the introduction sequence here, but there is a bit of a startup introduction sequence here that is very, very loud, so make sure to lower your explosion sounds a lot, along with your mob sounds from the dragon. But yeah, it is a really cool display for a overall relatively normal dragon fight. However, what is immensely different is the end outside of the island. This has a bunch of different stuff, such as custom structures, custom biome islands, and a crazy looking end that makes it look a lot more lush, a lot more fresh. And there's even some creatures from Alex Mob's mod here, such as this lovely little glider fellow that you can attach, I believe, a lead to, and then actually acts like a little kite that takes you places. And one thing that's relatively different as well is the End City. And the End City has a bunch of different design changes. So it's a little bit more fresh, a little bit more fancy. And that really matches with the atmosphere outside of the area. So that's really cool that they decided to change it as well with a mod. And they even have towers on the ground and such. So it's a really cool end city to match the very, very beautiful biomes of the Better End. And look at that mushroom. Oh my goodness, that's such a pretty mushroom. Look at that. So I showed you everything that you can do within this mod pack, correct? Actually, not quite. So basically, the quest system within this mod pack, as per it is for a lot of different Skyblock themed mod packs, is a very important aspect, and it helps you with figuring out what to do next. So let's get right into that. So when you look at the quest for the first time, the first thing that you see is a list of things that basically indicates what this mod pack has to offer. So you have the buy and sell, the daily shop, the selling bin, daily rewards. So every 10 minutes, the shop refreshes. The selling bin obviously does a little thing where it can sell your items. The daily rewards is actually a command to claim your daily reward. And I think it does run on a 24-hour timer. Going on to the next one, this just tells you all about his stuff on Skyblock, along with just how to create your team for the island. This is the most important information, in my opinion, aside from obviously the selling and the daily shop. And that is just the getting started portion, buy and sell stuff. Copper is useful, iron is useful, animal eggs, spawner fragments, boss eggs. That's all within the shop. And then the jobs and unique skills, which we'll get into in just a second here. There's some key binds here that are very useful. A lot of them are for teams. So some of them, the ping, is for teams. Claims are more for if you're playing with multiple people, but different teams. The actual Skyblock portion of this is here. And over here, you can see the different things that you could do, the food that you can collect, the saplings that you can get over here. And then you have the materials over here from the extractinator, which would cover that in just a second here. So you have the ice and the lava bucket. Once you get those two, you get to the cobblestone here. You see the little lines here? The blue lines represent what is needed to get to that feature. The yellow lines represent what that feature unlocks basically for the quest. And it's really just important just to follow that pathway. And for the most part, the quest line is pretty self-explanatory. It's very simple. The bosses in this mod pack are insane because Cataclysm is in it, of course. And a bunch of the different things that you can do involve you getting the eggs from the actual daily shop, which I don't know how to feel about that, but I mean, at the same time, it is a pretty better Minecraft-esque kind of way of getting the bosses, even though I would really prefer it if they did have some of the structures, some structures having the eggs, the Leviathan, the Harbinger, the Ancient Remnant. the Maledicus, the Ignis, the Netherite Monstrosity, the Wither, of course, is a quest, the Warped Mosquito, the Ender Dragon, the Void Worm, the Ender Guardian, the Umvunti, the Sunbird, and then you have the Ferris Rognot, the Frostmaw, the Valkyrie Queen, the Slider, the Sun Spirit, the Airwell King, and the Valkyrie Tunnel of Undying. I'm pretty sure that's just an item that you get. And one thing to note is that they do tell you how to get these dimensions, because you saw the Nether. The Nether is not really there. It's just kind of a figment of our imagination. The Blaze Eggs you can get from the shop, and you can obtain the Blaze Soul to get a spawner for the Blaze. So that is really helpful for Blaze farms to get the stuff as well, experience and all that. And then Ender Pearls are available from Clerics, along with the Glowstone from Clerics. So Clerics are really important. The Villager job role of Cleric can get you the Glowstone and also the Ender Pearls. So that's just something to note as well. Now, that's basically the majority of the stuff that you need to know about the quests. And the rest you just got to figure out yourself via the quest line. If I open up the jobs, so I actually already tested this out a little bit. Basically, when you start out, you can get up to 2 jobs. The Miner and the Alchemist is what I picked because I just wanted to look through it. And what you do is you go to the job info and then you start performing the job. But then if you want to get more jobs, you have to get coins. Coins is what you get from progressing through the jobs. So that's self-explanatory in that regard. And then there's power-ups, and also the way to get experience. You can see like right here, that is like generally how to get the like experience points and all that stuff. Particularly the power-ups. It basically gives you enchantments to your stuff for the pickaxe, along with more drops, which is basically the equivalent of fortune. So it's kind of like a way of enchanting, but also like I think you can enchant your pickaxe anyways. So it's like doubling the value of the efficiency if you get efficiency 5 here and then efficiency 5 on your pickaxe. So that's kind of like what it does. And the jobs are just self-explanatory. You just need to complete them and you get more access to other jobs the more you complete your jobs. Finally, I'm going to briefly cover over some of the cool mods that you can do and mess around with, along with the ones I mentioned before, starting with the extractor. So here we have a extractor here. I'm going to get polished. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. I think you can just like throw in any like block in there. And I think, or well, any stone block, and then I think it'll work. So you throw it in here, and it breaks it down into materials. So you have polished diorites. I don't think anything came out of that. Polished granites, polished deep slate. It obviously is, as you can see, a bit of a chance. It actually tells you like the selling bin stuff as well, so that's pretty cool. Oh, iron right there. So yeah, as you can see, it's like a very rare chance of you getting something good. And it's most likely like better odds if you use like something like andesite, diorite, granites. But that is essentially what the extractinator does. And extractinator is really important to get early material in this game. So these right here are the Farmer's Delight stuff. You have one for the regular overworld, nether, and of course, mining in the caves on islands. So that's like the pot for that. And then you have some stuff from chipped, you have some stuff from handcrafted, you have some stuff from twigs, and these are all different ways of making new blocks and new stuff. Quark is also in this, which basically adds in cool blocks such as this, which is basically like a power thing, or if you look at it, it'll power, along with other things like blocks such as this one right here, the ash block. Oh wait, that's from supplementaries. Whoops. They do add in like blocks, but I accidentally got in a supplementary block. Whoops. Yeah, so like ash and fence. There's also this right here, which I don't know what mod this is from. Basically, if you break it, you have a chance of more materials from those, and that just spawns around the world, such as on stone, on dirt, etc. So right here, you have Tom Simple Storage, and Tom Simple Storage, the way that it works is basically like you connect pipes out of chests and put it in like a bit of a storage network, and it's a very useful system because what you can do is that you can create a crafting grid, and what this will do is allow you to craft something, but also like have the inventory of the chests there. So for example, if you want to search up like items that you need for the crafting recipe, you can put it into the crafting grid and then make your item right there. It's a very, very simple network, and I highly recommend that you install it into your island. Finally, one last notable mod is the Magnum Torch, and the Magnum Torch basically makes it so that mobs don't spawn around you at night. So that right there basically prevents spawning within the region that it glows in, and it's a really good thing to add to the island, especially when you don't want to like put a bunch of slabs everywhere in order to prevent monster spawning. So there you have it. That is basically the gist of the entirety of this mod pack. It is a very simple mod pack as per usual for all mod packs related to Better Minecraft. Very simple to understand, very, very easy to do, and I highly recommend that you try it out for yourself. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, like the video, and subscribe and subscribe, and I'll be at the top of the video. I'll see you guys next video. Take care and goodbye.